Hey guys, how's it going? Marcel here.
And Weston.
And welcome to the Trash Talk Arc 6 info video. I want to preface everything by saying real quick that we already teased some of this stuff in the Trash Talk Arc 5 update video.
But we're gonna go into more detail about it in this video.
Yeah, there's some points still that we have left to talk about. We've got our little handy dandy, iPod notepad here.
Our little cheat sheet of epic proportions.
We've never made this secret. We always, sometimes just, downright hold it up and we're like, okay, what's next?
It's like, I forgot what we're gonna say. Let's just look at this.
So yeah, so we'll just alternate and that's fine.
Yeah, that's cool.
Here, so I'll start. So our official schedule, because I don't think we've really ever explained our schedule, but we'll start with the official release date for the first episode of the arc, which will be on August 1st. And our schedule for how episodes will be going up is every Monday, starting on August 1st, at 8 o'clock in the morning, our time zone, so Pacific Standard. And here.
So for everybody on the East Coast, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Alright, and then, as he said, Arc 6 will start...
Oh, that's 2 points. I'll go ahead with the, hold on, shit.
Well,
Sorry.
no, like, as he said, he would start it, like, the official first episode starts on August 1st, with our last episode ending on October 3rd, which is, if you guys don't know, a day before my birthday, so...
Oh yeah, and as I was planning that out and I was looking at how the schedule, like the dates and all that, I found out that episode 4 of Arc 6 will be straight up on my birthday, so I think that's kind of funny. And we completely kind of bypassed Chase's birthday, because his is in August as well. But we'll, I want to bounce off of that and say that we will not be having any breaks like we did last arc, where we had like a 1 month break to like gather everything back up. I also want to say that filming starts in July, so with that being said, we'll already be filming. We've got like almost everything locked in for our schedule, for our the roster for this arc. So with that all said and done, yeah, we're going to be starting that soon, and you can look forward to that in August. So the next thing I want to talk about is how we're going to be filming Arc 6, because it will be a little bit different. Not in terms of locations. We're still going to have my location, his location, although we haven't seen what your place looks like renovated.
Yeah, I did renovate it, yeah.
So we'll probably see that in this coming arc. We might film some stuff at Chase's house again, maybe even Jerry's new house, because if you can recall, way back in Arc 2, we saw his house for the first time ever when Jeremiah made his debut on the show, and it was just his room. We were in his room, weird angle of recording, we were still figuring stuff out. He moved since then, so we've seen the new place only like about once or twice. We haven't been there in quite a while, to be honest.
I have actually never seen his place at all.
There we go. So hopefully at some point we will get to record at his place. Maybe this arc, maybe not, maybe for some other videos on the channel, I'm not sure yet. But how we're going to be recording isn't due to location, isn't going to be like a location change or anything like that. It's actually going to be how we're recording with our camera. And we're going to be recording now at 1080p at 60 frames per second, which will be something that's entirely new. I just found out that my camera could do that, so that's awesome. And if you want the model of camera, it'll be in the description below. And it's something that's going to be experimental, so it might not look just right at first, like in terms of settings we've been using while editing and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get it really crisp, really clear, and just make it look better, because do you remember when we started the show when it was standard def?
Oh yeah?
It's like 480p or some shit. It looked really bad. But that's just how things start. Things start off rocky. Okay, you're okay with it when you start, but the more you just kind of go and evolve and do, and then you look back on your old stuff and you're like, Jesus Christ.
That was big shit.
It's awful. Oh no, we're proud of the show and how it started. It's just that looking back, it's like, yeah, I mean, that's how it started. So we were fine with it back then.
Yeah, like you look back on yourself and then it's just like, wow, that was fucking stupid.
So it didn't look the greatest, back then, and with our old weird opening, live action opening, we've been using our animated intro for like, what, 2 years now?
Yeah.
Jesus, it's been quite a while now. But yeah, so sorry, we're going off on a tangent, and we'll actually listen to the next point. But 1080p at 60 frames per second is something we're aiming to, aiming to shoot for.
Yeah.
That's the fucking
Another thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be a lot more stricter with our time.
Yeah.
So far, we've been actually pretty good on that, with a few exceptions with some episodes. Namely, anything Zelda related that tends to go a lot overboard.
Oh, I love it. The E3 2016 Cellmark is like 12 minutes, 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 12 minutes, 20 minutes at the most, until that one, 50 minutes! I didn't know what to cut, so I just said, screw it, we're leaving it all in. 50 minutes long.
That's our longest E3 episode.
Oh, definitely the longest E3 related.
One of our, and one of our longest so far too.
I'm pretty sure it's not a secret anymore that I've said before that I revealed it, that when Chase's debut, talking about debuts on the channel, when Chase debuted, or rather on the show, when he made his debut with Ocarina of Time, that was like an hour long. I cut it down to 40 minutes, but that was a lot of cut content. And yeah, if I didn't say it also, in the past, we did lose that footage, the full length episode, which I wanted to put up, and I teased it a long time ago. But, not to, sound like a broken record, but we can't put it up because we lost it, unfortunately. But it was a long-ass episode, trust me on that. So, go with what you were going to say.
So yeah, we're going to be a lot more stricter with our time, between 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Again, we've been doing alright with that, especially with the E3 stuff. The E3 stuff, we go under that because,
for the most part.
Again, mostly those videos are more speculative than anything.
Yeah, no structure, So
yeah.
Somehow, not having a structure makes us run the timeout shorter, sorry for the noise in the background, versus having a structure which you think could be more concentrated, more like, okay, we have our thoughts together.
No, but then we go
on... We go off on tangents.
Yeah, we go off on... They're interesting little tangents, but they eat away at our time.
Yeah.
So...
Sometimes I have to cut those tangents. Those are the things I cut, for the most part, are the tangents. But we're going to try not to do that anymore, and if we do, one of us needs to freaking be like, hey, let's get back on track. You'll see that in some episodes. There are times where Jerry will tell us, okay, let's go to this aspect, and stop talking about this one. Or Chase will try and help us to like stay on focus when it's like the three of us reviewing something. And speaking of three of us reviewing something, I believe that's the last point. Let me turn this back on because it turned off. Oh no, that's not the next point. Okay, sorry, my bad, spoilers. The next point is, I believe, okay, no, this is me. Banners might be returning. Now, if you have stuck with us for this long and you caught the one episode way back in Arc 4 when we did Frogger 2, we had banners, like our names and such. But we only got those into that one episode only because back then we were using Wes's laptop and it wasn't boding well. Like, they weren't computing. The files of the banners and Premiere were just not happening for some reason, and I just said fuck it. That's why it's like the black sheep of the entire arc, because it has banners and no other episode does. So we want to stretch to have those back. That just depends on if Jerry makes them. So if he does, awesome. If not, maybe at a later time.
Yeah, maybe.
In the show. But we want banners to return just because it looks a little more professional and it looks just a little better in general. So speaking of more than 2 people.
Yeah, we're gonna be experimenting with how many people are on the show. Namely, we're gonna be messing with if you guys saw our Zelda E3 episode, there's gonna be 3 people now, and then there's gonna be different combinations of 3 people. So
yeah,
obviously there's gonna be one with like me and him, Jeremiah, or maybe one where it's like me and Jeremiah and Chase. And I wonder how that's gonna go.
Chase will have to be the freaking the referee between you guys. I can see you and him just getting into a lot of shit, you and Jerry, and then like Chase is like, okay, let's focus and get back on track.
That is pretty true.
I can see that happening.
Jerry can say that. We've actually worked together before, and we're always at odds. It's like, I want this in, and like Jeremiah's like, no, that won't mesh. I don't care. It looks cool.
So yeah, different combinations, and we'll even try every so often. Now, this won't happen as often as the 3 reviewer formula might work. That might work a little more often. So trust us, with the fact that I said that we already have most of the schedule, or the roster rather, locked in, you will see some of these combinations. And not only will we try and stretch to get 3 people every so often, instead of just the 2, we're going to try and do 4, not just for a special episode like a finale or anything like that. We will try and get 4 people in Again, every so often, because as you saw, now it wasn't so bad. We only had to delay the Arc 5 finale 1 week because we had to try and get everyone's schedule together. But we don't want, like, halfway through or at the beginning of the arc or coming near the end of the arc to just stop because we can't get everyone together. We don't want that happening. But if there's ever a time where we're like, hey, we plan shit out ahead of time, again, they're not stopping, work's being done across the street. Sorry if you can hear it. Well, you can hear it. But if we can get everything, together ahead of time and be like, this day for this episode, this time, perfect, then maybe you'll see at least once or twice 4 people at once.
Just don't expect us to kind of fall through with that, because basically 2 people is a lot easier. It's easier to get
it's
2
so
people.
Easy.
Yeah, it's easier to get 2 people together than 4 people together.
3, not impossible. 4, it's a little harder. That's why the only other time besides episode 50 that you saw all 4 of us together was episode 30 from the Arc 3 finale, because that was our first time ever doing that because we wanted to do it. It was a finale. Arc 4, we were like, yeah, there's no way. We were just so busy at that point. We were like, I don't even know, if we can do it. And then Arc 5, it was like, it's Sonic 06. It's episode 50. That's a pretty big milestone right there. It's celebrating freaking 10 years of this awful game. We have to get all 4 of us together because we've all talked in groups off camera. Sorry, we're going on a tangent. We'll end right now. We can't stop it. We can't control it. We've all talked off camera, the 4 of us, about Sonic 06, just in random, conversations about games and stuff. And that's where we started formulating all of our opinions. We found out that Chase and Jerry had more of like a, it's okay, it's iffy at some points. We're just like, it sucks. That's when we really started formulating that whole, and we were like, oh, you think that of the game? You think that of the game? We think that this of the game. And we were like, this makes for an interesting episode. So that's why we did it. But yeah, 4 people at a time won't come as often. 3 people at a time, maybe a little bit more often. And then there's just obviously the standard 2, which we've had our combinations already. I think we've seen every combination of 2 people. It's been you and me as the standard, you and Chase, you and Jerry, me and Chase, and me and Jerry, and Chase and Jerry. We've seen all that.
Yeah.
So 3 people will make for just some more interesting combinations, more people to bounce stuff off of each other, So, okay, yeah, we're done. So that's what you can expect from Arc 6 starting August 1st, and no breaks, just the 10 weeks, 1 episode a week, starting Monday, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1080p, 60 frames per second.
So many numbers.
Banners, maybe. Indie games. So yeah, that's all you need to know. Is there anything else you want to add?
Just it does it have to be trash talk related, or does it have to be channel related, or
Trash talk related.
trash talk related? Then
Oh, trust me, you'll get to say some stuff about channels and stuff later. Let's end with that. We have a special announcement real quick. We are going to have another, how we have like our yearly, our annual update videos, right, for like the channel?
Yeah.
Ours it's coming up again, but we're gonna do it differently. We're not gonna do it just for the standard, we're sitting here and we're gonna talk to you about, whatever, in just a standard video. I want to do a live stream, and we're going to set up a live stream. It's going to go over not just West Side Studios, but Destination Mark, stuff about Western Boulevard, what's going on with that, and some more surprises. So you can look forward to that soon. I don't have a date just yet set up for this. It will be obviously sometime in July. So stay tuned. Check Twitter, if you want to hear more about that, since it's not just one channel, it's all of our channels. So yeah, live stream coming soon. Very inspired by like Nintendo Directs in a way.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really cool. With that being said, I'm Marcelo.
And I'm Weston.
We'll see you guys later.